Hey, Sean here with Bedford Trails. Hope you guys are doing good. We're here at Montvale Park in September of 2020. Leaves are just starting to fall. Old growth forest here at Montvale Park. We're in the upper parking lot off of Quarterwood Road. We're going to enter into Easy Street Trail. We definitely get some leaf coverage here, lots of big trees. We try and cover this trail system a few times a year just to kind of knock the leaf litter back a bit. If we don't, we end up losing the trails. They're not even discernible anymore. We're going to have a really nice, tight and twisty single track Fun Loops today. I believe I finished this ride in about 25-30 minutes or so with no real rush. Lots of fun, lots of stuff to hop off of, plenty of roots and rocks. Really twisty, tight, single track, all hand built. Mr. Kenny Palmer, still with us at Bedford County Parks and Recreation, built this trail system primarily by hand. There is some machine built stuff, but a lot of this is hand built, and it's just really fun for that. These trails are still really have kept their width real well, so they're really nice single track trails. But you're going to watch flow through here through quite a few rooty, twisty corners that are just a blast to ride. As you can see there on our right, we've got the new Montvale disc golf course. For information on our disc golf, please look up Bedford Disc Golf on both Facebook and Instagram. This loop is going to be a little bit more technical than the one I did at Falling Creek for the first video series. So riders interested in finding their way around using these videos as a reference. If you rode the first Falling Creek Fun Loop, this is going to be just a little bit more twisty, a little bit more technical. There's a few more punchy climbs, and so this one's definitely just one notch up in difficulty, but very, very fun. I really personally enjoy these trails. We just don't have enough of this stuff anymore, and the machine-built stuff is great, but it's so nice to get out on classic single track. This just has that real mountain bike feel. Almost get that feel like you're riding some backcountry trails, and you're right in the park. So it's just a neat trail system. Covered corners. As we move parallel to the disc golf courses, you're going to want to follow some of the orange diamonds. They will keep you on the trail. Riding out here really made me notice that I just need to spend more time on the bike, pedaling. It was a lot of fun riding this stuff. A couple punchy climbs, and anybody know what that mushroom is? Just feel free to comment below. Coming up on one of my favorite sections here. I love this little drop-in coming up. Super fun, little rooty. right now in September of 20, I am recommending for the best trail access to park in the upper parking lot off of Porterwood Road. There was a substantial amount of gravel added to it recently, as well as a Boy Scout project that built a kiosk there with a trail map in the parking lot. You'll notice along these trails that we're riding here today, there's going to be a lot of large trees that we've had to cut through. It's beautiful having these large old trees, but when they come down, they certainly do make a mess, and it can be a challenge at times to get them removed off the trail. So we try to do our best, but you'll notice that along the ride here that you're going to see some pretty large trees that have been cut over the years. Careful on that corner. It's a flat one with like kind of a loose exit. Alright, you want to go left here. We call this a four-way intersection. We go left and left again on the Ridgeline Trail. Really fun little section here. Always be careful when you're out riding the trails. We do our best to get everything cleaned up as quickly as possible, but stuff comes down every night, and we can't get to it but so fast. So that's why it's so important for you to please send us reports at Bedford Trails on Facebook or Instagram. If you have photos and location, it really helps us a ton. Cruising through some ferns there. Really neat. This is where you're going to find a couple little punchy climbs here and there. And they're really fun. That one's got a couple little roots in it that kind of make it a little bit of a challenge.
Oh, all right, let's go.
Sometimes you got to give yourself a pep talk. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get up the hill. Sometimes it takes a little let's go. Nice little switch back there. Gain just a little bit more elevation before we get to drop back down again, just to create a little bit more fun. Kenny really did a great job of utilizing a relatively small patch of land to squeeze as much twisty mileage as possible. This shot really makes me think that so the GoPro footage was filmed in the morning, and then some of this was shot one evening, and so that with the sun coming through, if you ride here in the morning, it's completely different than when you ride in the evening. The sunlight's completely different, everything's different, so it's a really neat experience being able to spend some time out here early in the morning. Again, I'm running about 31-inch bars uncut, so trees are nice and tight here, but extremely manageable. I didn't really have any issues with squeezing between any of the trees. Everything was good to go. Love the moss line trails. There's some of that big stuff that I was talking about having to be cut. Squeeze real close to the tree right there. If you notice, almost at the base of the tree, over that root system. I seem to like that line a little bit better than trying to fight through the roots there. Here's one of these big trees that fell, and man, it really just tore a chunk out of the trail.
Got
There's another one down right there that tore another chunk out. Not nearly as bad. Ryan is our new trail technician for 2020. He has recently resurfaced this bridge. Actually, yeah, I think he had to rebuild the whole thing. So he had to figure out a way to drag in some pretty large support beams. And dragging those things in with machinery through all that terrain is always a puzzle. You're going to want to stay left here. This is going to put you on the Coyote Ridge. So go left right here. Stay left. This puts you on Coyote Ridge. If you do want two additional climbs, two little punchy climbs, you can hang a right there and go down ridgeline, and it will put you right back at the top here, and I will point it out in just a second. But it does have two additional little punchy climbs on it. One of them is pretty good. So if you feel like climbing or getting a little extra fitness, hang a right back there, and there's a couple climbs in there. And it'll bring you right back here to where we're going. So you really won't get off this route that much, but it will add some additional challenge and fitness for you. Once you've done those climbs, it'll bring you right back there to that switchback, and then you'll continue on here on Coyote Ridge like we're doing right now. Really enjoy this ridgeline section. Continuing on single track, hand built, a little bit rooty, and it's just kind of neat how it meanders along the ridgeline here. When it drops down here at the bottom, it's also really fun because the wheels get rolling.
Sorry, buddy.
I think that was a turtle. This trail combo, Easy Street to Ridgeline to Coyote Ridge, is definitely probably my favorite run out here. Really enjoy this one a lot. We're going to settle into a short climb here, and just in the sake of speeding it up and not boring you guys to death with my skilled fitness climbing. Anyway, whatever you want to call it, I am a slow climber. So anyway, I sped up the video just to kind of burn through this, but this is actually a really nice little pedal up the hill here. It was done in a way that made it really easy to get up, and then you're rewarded by a nice little resting point at the top, and then followed by a nice descent. So I really do like Coyote Ridge. It's definitely a highlight on the Montvale trails in my opinion, and I would highly recommend taking the time to go out and ride Coyote Ridge. I do prefer it in this clockwise direction. This trail is not very technical in nature. You do have to ride some technical trails to get to it, and when I say technical, they're really probably beginner to intermediate at most, but they do have quite a few routes, and it is narrow single track with a few punchy climbs, but this trail just rolls so well. As you can see, this is actually a nice easy climb to get to the top of the crest here. We see a ton of deer in this area constantly. We always have big trees fall down in this area also, and of course it's one of the furthest points away from anything, so packing the saw in is always a chore. Little log over back there. Classic. Right here is an excellent spot to kind of stop and hang out. The log on the left there has been cut flat on the top. Nice little spot to sit, get a drink of water, whatever the case. For the purpose of keeping the video rolling, I chose to keep on going and enjoy this next little descent here. A couple of really fun corners. I really like this section coming up. Swoop through there, and it's just I don't know what it is, but it's just a lot of fun. Really nice, fun section of single track coming here. I really enjoy this one. Watch these roots here as you continue on to Cliffhanger. We're going to be on here for just a second, and then we're going to take a right at the bottom, and we're going to climb back up to the top of the hill. This is a really fun little trail. This does have a couple little rooty sections on it. Remember, heavy feet, light hands. Use those legs for suspension. There's a little rooty section. Nice little switchback coming, be careful. Not like I did there. Alright, we're going to hang it right. Now technically on a short little clip of soggy bottom for just a second. Hanging right on the fire road. We're going to climb back up. I like to climb back up the fire road. I'm not a real good technical climber. I'm not in that great a shape, so I like to take the easy way up. If you want a more difficult climb, on the left, right there, is Beale's Treasure, and that's a much more technical climb, getting to the top, and it'll definitely increase your mileage, increase the workout on the ride. But if you want to get back to the top as quick as possible, maybe get in another run, this is the way I like to do it. Beale's Treasure crosses the fire road a couple times here, and you'll notice here in just a second that we've got some orange diamonds on the side of the trail, and it's just to keep you on the single track trail. So if you're wanting to climb Beale's Treasure, or you want to stay on the single track, follow those orange diamonds. For the purpose of this video, I just wanted to make it as easy as possible for you guys and as fun as possible, so that when you get out, you have the best memory possible and you're enticed to come back and do it again. This is definitely one of my favorite times of year to be out in the woods on the trails. Everything's still green, but the temperatures are starting to cool down, even starting to see some of the leaves drop. I really do enjoy this time of year to be outside in the woods. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another Fun Loops. This one coming from Montvale Park. Trails covered are Easy Street, Ridgeline, and Cody Ridge, and then back up the access road. For more information on the trails, please visit @BedfordTrails on Facebook or Instagram, or www.bedfordtrails.wordpress.com. Once again, thank you guys so much if you made it this far. We're going to hang a right up here at this gate. Right here. And I just wanted to share that these videos are primarily angled at people from maybe out of the area that hadn't been to our trails before, or maybe new riders, or maybe people who aren't riders or hikers or trail users at all, and they want to see what the trails look like before they go, or maybe it'll spark their interest. Or maybe they just want to see what the trails are all about and what they look like and what we got in the woods. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching.